freedom I will soar through the storm and evermore. I hear the thunder, feel the fire. My soul's alive, my heart's desire to fly, to dream, to rise and scream. I am free.
We live in a culture that breeds dissatisfaction. Author Henri Nouwen wrote The Return of the Prodigal Son. In it, he made this statement: many consumeristic economies stay afloat by exploiting the low self-esteem of their consumers by creating spiritual expectations through material means. As long as I am kept small, I can easily be seduced into buying things, meeting people, and going places that promise a radical change in self-concept, even though they are totally incapable of bringing this on. Greetings, Patriots. I'm Perry Green. Welcome to our God in America podcast. You may remember that David Barton describes the difference between patriots and politicians in this manner. He said, politicians are concerned with the next election. Patriots are concerned with the next generation. One of the most disappointing aspects of our current politicians is that they no longer represent their constituents. They represent lobbyists and their donors living under the constant threat of conforming to their demands or facing the loss of their positions. If they don't conform, there's always a puppet that will go along with the bidding. They may encounter opportunities for financial and professional advancement. If they cooperate, they're likely to maintain their positions in Congress and potentially benefit financially. James Madison was called the architect of the Constitution, and he said this: history records that the money changers have used every form of abuse, intrigue, deceit, and violent means possible to maintain their control over governments by controlling the money and its issuance. When Teddy Roosevelt told his wealthy parents that he was going into politics, they purportedly asked, "Why do you want to be a politician when you can own one?" Did you grin? It's not funny, it's reality. Solomon wrote this: what has been is what will be, and what has been done is what will be done, and there is nothing new under the sun. Every generation has seen its puppets and puppet masters. When the mob captured Jesus in Gethsemane, they brought him to Annas first. Notice John 18, verses 12 through 14. So the band of soldiers and their captain and the officers of the Jews arrested Jesus and bound him. First, they led him to Annas, for he was the father-in-law of Caiaphas, who was the high priest that year. It was Caiaphas who had advised the Jews that it would be expedient that one man should die for the people. The office of high priest, first conferred on Aaron by his brother Moses, was normally hereditary and for life. In the 2nd century BC, however, bribery led to several reappointments, and the last of the high priests were appointed by government officials or chosen by lot. It was wise for the 1st century Roman puppet masters to control their puppet high priests, for in doing so they controlled the people. By limiting their time in office, the empire limited the priest's power and kept them dependent on it for wealth, power, and prestige. Annas and Caiaphas maintained the high priesthood within their family through nepotism and compromising with Rome. Annas was the Roman puppet, and Caiaphas was his. On the night of Jesus' arrest, the people brought him to Annas because they recognized him as their leader and Caiaphas as the figurehead. Barack Obama expressed interest in a third presidential term, noting he could not run again, but joked about influencing the presidency from behind the scenes. According to the evidence at hand, he accomplished his goal through the inept Joe Biden and an administration full of Obama loyalists. According to Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, Biden didn't know of some of the executive orders he purportedly signed. Many speculate that that was due to his mental decline and the White House staff use of the now famous AutoPen. Rome and the corrupt puppeteering of the U.S. government picture Satan's manipulative skills. He's the ultimate puppet master. He works with and through his fellow rebellious spirit beings who revolted against God, attempting to usurp his authority and position. These evil entities, in turn, work through national leaders. That's why we can agree with Paul that this is a spiritual war. Listen to Ephesians 6, verses 11 and 12. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Let's be sure we're on the Lord's side. Submit to him not as a malevolent manipulator, but as a caring father with our best interests in mind. He's also our commander-in-chief, who is leading us against the evil forces that are attempting to ruin our lives and take our souls. As John Adams remarked to a British officer when he demanded the Patriots disperse in the name of King George III, Adams said, "We have no king but King Jesus." That refrain repeated throughout the Revolution. Well, thanks for being with us today. Please like, follow, subscribe, and share our podcast. If you'd like to donate to our cause, please go to our PayPal account on our website. That's godinamerica.com. The word God, the letter N, America.com. You can also send us a check to our mailing address there. As we close, let's keep the light of Christ's leadership burning.
My soul's alive, my heart's desire to fly, to dream, to rise and